G'day viewers, my name is Michael and welcome back to SingleRacer. And so today I have what I consider the best belated Christmas present for those that are still fairly new to sim racing and learning the craft. It's called the Russel-Alexis Mark 14 Formula Ford. And now I'll admit that I thought this video was maybe very bad timing given the release of what most people are calling one of the best mods for 2018, which is the RSS F1 2000 mod. But then of course it dawned on me that people like Mike Smith, who are seasoned F1 drivers, are saying how difficult it is to drive. Not that it's a bad mod, but just the focus you need to control the car. You need quite a lot of attention to get that car to work well, and given my site is probably more aimed towards beginner drivers and those drivers around my ability that are not quite aliens yet, I thought maybe this car is actually better suited to all of us. And so why do I think this car is the perfect car to help teach someone who's new to sim racing? Well, that's probably because, to me, one of the most important techniques is what you might generally term rolling momentum. And if I can quote a particular subscriber here, now apologies if I get your name wrong, but I would pronounce it Burdine Estep or Burdine E-Step, one of the two, apologies. I would say Burdine with my terrible Australian accent, but he mentioned here in a quote that, and he was talking about the two drifting videos that I happen to do, and he was saying how it's fun, but it's a bad habit to fall into. And he goes on to explain a little exercise that he did with, sim racing training, like my advanced driving courses that I did. And when you have such a powerful car as a drift car, you can get the car completely sideways, and you have enough power. Almost all drift cars and high performance cars can generate enough torque to override the sideways momentum by giving it forward momentum, and it's just a matter of controlling the slide into the corner as to not go off the track. And if you can do that, you can almost always get it to move forward. But with a Formula Ford, there is so little power. Now, you could probably slide a Formula Ford. I guess you could drift any car, but it would be much harder. But it is more about the fact that as soon as you over accelerate into a corner, your sideways momentum will overtake the power that is available to push you forward. And probably the best way to explain that is to let's go on track, and I'll use my favourite tool for trying to improve on any particular new track, and that's the Ghost car, to show you how the sideways momentum robs you so much of your speed, and you have to be very good at rolling momentum. So let's go on the track now and have a look at that. Okay folks, so here we are on the classic version of Silverstone. I just picked this one because it's slightly more open than the GP version. But I mentioned earlier that the new mod from RSS, the F1 2000, was a difficult car to drive, and I don't want to imply that this is an easy car. It can be quite difficult of its own accord, but it's a great teaching tool. And why do I think that? So it's because if I go forward and you imagine that I'm the actual Ghost car and I'm coming into a corner here, now I'll just put this sideways so you kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to say, is if I'm now racing the Ghost car and I come in with more power, like faster than the Ghost car is doing, if I am a good drifter and I can get it sideways, I can actually carry more speed in, and as long as I can actually control it, and probably the more accurate term would be a rally driver. If I can have it completely sideways, but am close enough like here not to drift off the track, then I could potentially carry more speed into the corner, even though I'm completely sideways, and overtake the ghost car, because all performance cars and drift cars alike have the power to torque pull you forward rather than sideways. And as long as you have the ability to keep that sliding under control, then you could potentially carry more speed into the corner. It might not necessarily be the quickest over the whole lap, but you could do that. But you can't really do that in this car. So let's now restart. And now I'm driving the default car here, but I just want to show you it has the options in the tyres. You have two sets of tyres. Now I'll put the mouse over, and if you have a look, I hope you can see the tyre change. So it goes north is bigger, and then if I change it back to east, it's slightly smaller, and it gives you a bit more speed just because there isn't such a big rotation of the wheel when you're driving. So the east seems to be the faster one, at least for me, and I currently have the world record, but that's not because I'm a good driver. That's just purely because there's probably only 2 people on it, and you know, so if you want to have a go at trying to beat me. But let's now move forward with the ghost car, and I'll explain about this rolling momentum when I cross the start finish line. Okay folks, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive against the ghost car to try and to demonstrate how when you overdrive in a car that has no power behind it, you're trying to be, or you need to be smooth to get the most out of it, because you haven't got that surge of power behind you. Plus with these tiny tyres, you've got very little grip, so I'm going to overdrive and try and see and push, and as soon as I push I understeer and lose momentum. Now again here, I'll do it deliberately, where you naturally, oh, there's the car, you want to go faster, and there it is. As soon as you push, you lose the momentum. And so the reason that they use Formula Fords to teach the young drivers is because it's a great learning tool for the discipline and control, especially throttle control, over a more powerful car, where the car can give you the downforce or the power to get you out of situations that a lower powered car can't. Now what I'll try and do is I'll try and do a hot lap again, but being a bit more smoother, and we'll see if I can stay a bit closer to that ghost car. Now again, I'll look at the distance there, and I'll push too hard. See, and as soon as I push too hard, even if I was completely on the apex of the corner, because I pushed too hard, I lost the forward momentum because I had too much sideways momentum, like here, and I have no power in reserve to pull me forward. Okay, so now let's try and be a little bit smoother. Come out wide and take that line narrower. That's it. And now the ghost car mucks up here, or it's me, but so hopefully I can be smooth and get in front of it. That's it. See, gentle with the power on put. You want to balance the car, and I'm already up by being as smooth as I can and not adding to the sideways sliding of the wheels. Again, just take it nice and gentle. It feels slower, but if you can be smooth, see, and try and limit that skidding, see, you're already up. and it teaches you better throttle control, better angles. Now, although I'm up, there's no guarantee I'll hold this, but I'll try. Be smooth. There's the ghost car, so we're neck and neck. See, and you can hear me sliding, but did I get the power down? Yes, I got the power down better. And it's that thing of not going too hard, although I forgot to change gear there, so that I suffered there, but let's be smooth, try and be smooth. That's it. Oh, we're so neck and neck. But it's a great example of teaching yourself against the ghost car to be smooth. And now I think if I can be smooth here, I might be able to catch it and go past it. We'll see. Just be smooth. Whoa. That's it. See, now I wanted to go into a slide, but I didn't give it any power and got it back. And yes.
Well done. Brilliant drive. That's a world record.
But admittedly, that was a bad example on the last corner because I was pushing a bit too hard and went into that slide. But it's still a great example of finding out where, or the car teaches you to find out where the limits are and how much you can push and slide that gives you more speed, to how much sliding, like I did when I understeered, into the corner actually slowed me down. So there it is. There's a new world record, but easily beaten if you want to give it a go. And this is a great car. So let me get out and show you, have a look at it. Look at the fantastic work that's been put into the suspension here. And if we have a look in the back here, you've got the great exhaust pipes and everything. Absolutely incredible. The springs, all the work and detail that's got into this. So I'll have a link to this car in the description. So I hope you liked this video, and give it a try if you're still learning a bit of sim racing. So this is Michael signing out for SingleRacer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go racing in the Formula Ford on a couple of laps of Silverstone. See ya.